So we're heading right into the very heart of the operation. Tim Gredley, nice to see you. Thank you very much for letting us have a look around. Stetchworth Park, tell us a little bit about it to start with.
Well, originally it was used for the racehorses because my dad's very passionate about the racing, and as I've got older I've kind of conned him into the show jumping side, and he's become very passionate about that also, so it's kind of had a transformation from a racing yard into a show jumping one.
What would you say at this stage, a very early stage in your career, is the proudest moment?
I would probably say winning in Dublin on the team. I mean, it's great to win on a team anywhere, especially for your country, but to win in Dublin was amazing.
And how hard have you found it? You've come in as the new boy, if you like, with the great names in the sport, John Whittaker, Michael Whittaker and so forth, and been on teams alongside those guys. How hard has it been to get in there with them?
You know, it sounds like it should be hard and would be hard, but they're such nice people, and when you jump on a team with them, all they want to do is help you, and well, obviously they want to win as well, so they're going to give you the best advice. And you know, they're great riders, and everything that they say to you, you should always take in and try and learn from. But you know, some of my really good friends, Robert Whittaker and all those, they're really nice people, and it's very easy to get on with.
Well, you and your father don't do things by half measures. We're just taking a look around and seeing the memorabilia, some of the rosettes and all of this from some of the competitions. Even just 2008 has been a good year for you.
Well, 2008 sounds like a long year, but actually really only began in May when I got a Melly back. I've got a really nice 8-year-old called Timo, and a bit disappointing that it was just a bit late for the Olympics, but since May it's been a brilliant year, yeah.
And going back, we're going to go back 2 years to 2006 World Equestrian Games, and at just 20 years old you were sent there as part of the British team. Yeah,
well, I mean, at the time I didn't really realise quite what was happening, and I just thought it was usual for everyone that this would happen. But now, after I lost a Melly and I didn't have any horses for a while, it really hits home like how important it is to have a good horse and to have a great setup to carry it on.
You have some fabulous facilities here at Stetchworth.
Yeah, I'm really lucky with the facilities, and we've just about finished the indoor school, a really nice outdoor school, everything I could ask for is here. I'm very lucky.
Tell us about what we've got here.
Well, as you mentioned earlier on, after the World Games, I lost a Melly and I lost Fabriana and I lost most of my horses. So what we decided to do was, under the advice of a lot of the vets, was to get a water treadmill, because not only does it keep them fit, because obviously you don't want them to just completely waste away while they're going for a month, but it also, with the water, we've hooked that up to the spa water, so it's freezing cold. So it's great for their joints and their legs as well while they're doing some exercise.
And you're one of the few that would be able to have this kind of facility. What kind of difference does it make to keeping those horses on the road now?
I must say it makes a massive difference, because obviously being away, I'm not always able to ride them, and they're not always able to get the work that they need before they go away. But touch wood, we haven't had any of the horses that haven't taken to it. And I mean, within a month, you can see a big difference in their muscle development.
And just behind us, Tim, we've got here, you've just mentioned it, the spa, the big white box. What happens in there?
Well, it looks a bit intimidating, but it is honestly a spa. And then basically, they come through from the right to the left, and it's basically what a spa is to a human. They stand there with freezing cold water that comes nearly up to their knees, and it's just great for them. We tend not to use it so much at the moment because of the weather and it is cold, but again, during the summer it's used a lot.
So Tim, we're talking about a facility that works much like it would with humans, with the rugby players, with the football players, the cold water that helps keep the muscles, keeps everything on the road.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, like just as a rugby player would use ice on an injury, as do we on the horses.
Well, it's a fantastic facility to have. Tim, take us round a little more of this wonderful setup. Well, Tim, we've come to another part of Stetchworth Park, and it's a part that's still being built, a very new facility for you.
Yeah, the indoor school is amazing, really. It's completely finished inside, and the surface, we can use it, as you can see.
European fences, European surface, in fact. What are the differences you're finding between show jumping in Europe and here in the UK?
I think there's a big difference, and I think until you go abroad and compete at those shows, you don't understand quite what they are. I think, in general, the tracks are a lot more difficult than they are in England. I think in general, the competition with there's week in, week out top 50 world ranked riders at these shows abroad. But then on the other side, it is for more money, so it's to be expected that things are going to be harder. That's what life's about. But I think at the moment it's definitely something that's starting to occur, that all the shows are starting to use these artificial surfaces, and I think it's definitely going to become something that's going to be a big part in the sport in the future. Aim number one is definitely the Europeans next year. I'm already trying to work my plan out for how I'm going to do that. And then obviously with these younger horses, like I said, that I've always, even as a 6 and 7-year-old, you ride them around thinking what they can possibly do. And yeah, I mean, obviously championships are everything that you want to aim for every year, and that's what I'm going to aim at.